Hey, good morning, gang. How are you? Extra hour of 2020. Holy cow. Man, did we need that. How are you doing? Happy 1st of November. Probably one of the nicest times of the year for me. I like spring and fall the best. It's summer I can handle some of. When it gets to August, a little too much for me. But a little too much heat. But I love the wonders of fall, the leaves changing, all that sort of stuff. Big day in my neighborhood for trick or treating last night. We had a lot of trick or treaters in the old neighborhood, and I gave them the candy cigarettes. I saved a couple of packs just to bring to work. I gave out some nuts and dried fruit. I didn't pick up the fiber bars. So that's good news. Good morning. How's your Sunday? It's Bolo woke me up at an insanely amount, or well, it was pretty much normal for him. He woke me up right before 6 o'clock, so I took him for a nice walk. It's all good. So tomorrow night at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, I am giving away a trio of Guppies and a $25 gift card to the Wet Spot in Portland. So that's kind of neat, and I hope you're there for that. What else do I have going on? I don't know. I have to go to work today for a little bit. I have to do a little bit of grocery shopping. You know, kind of normal mundane junk. Normal mundane junk all the way around. Bolo has been particularly Bolo's my dog, if you're not familiar. He's 13 years old. Wouldn't have been the dog I would have chosen, but it was a gift to the ex-wife, and thus he wanted to be with me, and so yeah. So Bolo is got congestive heart failure. He's 13 years old, and he's really clingy, really clingy. William Pridemore, good morning. Hey, folks, say hi if you're here, and good having you here. Big day in the fish. I've got to prepare water for water changes. And I've done a video on this before. It's my deal with preparing my water is that I have two 45-gallon drums, garbage cans, rubber cans, and I allow the water. I treat the water inside there. I allow it to age for for at least 24 hours. Normally it's like 48. I need to get some water changes done, so I may, depending on how my Monday looks, depends when I get out of the office on Monday, before the live stream. If I get out on time, I'll do some water changes. I have like 4 tanks that really need a water change, and so that's going on for there. Other than that, gang, I've set up my culture for my brine shrimp tomorrow night. It's so that's nice, and so it's I'll feed my fish here in a moment, mainly because I normally feed them during the week because I go to work at dark 30. Is that I normally feed them when I come home for lunch at 9 a.m. That's normally their first feeding. They get a second feeding when I get home at around 2. Then they get their fresh baby brine shrimp, and then I hook them up with feeding right before bedtime. So that's sort of my schedule. You guys have anything exciting going on today? Big day if you're Roman Catholic. It's All Saints Day. Yeah, speaking of the whole Halloween deal, man, my next door neighbors, they have like 27 big standy type things. So people were showing up like there was no tomorrow. Good luck going out to a party and back because you'd fear running over little ghouls and goblins. So I stayed home. I hung out at the house. The little kiddos came up. Some of the kids, they wanted to look over the candy as you gave it to them, since I was giving out candy cigarettes. Big Tank Hank. Yeah, it's early. I've been awake for for a couple of hours now. So it's Bolo woke me up at 4:54 new time. So yeah, so good stuff. I actually am going to the office here to get some work done in a little bit. Probably about as soon as we're done with the live stream, I'll put Bolo in his place. Here, I'll give you some more mundane stuff. You want to know how mundane my life is? I'm going to tell you. Maybe you didn't want to know. Now you're going to. Is that Bolo, I have a gate up to a bathroom. The bigger bathroom is the guest bathroom in my house, so that's where it goes in. I don't know why it's bigger than the master bath, but it is. And so I'll go and set him up there and get him set up and ready to go. Then I will promptly what else will I get done today? Oh, I got to go to the work. I'm going to be at work for like an hour, maybe a little bit more. And then I have to go to Sam's Club. Pick up a few necessities like Diet Dr. Pepper and water. So yeah, good times. Good times indeed. Yep, pretty mundane. I'll feed the fish when we're done and hook them up. I'm currently feeding. Is that I have this feeding will be a mixture of flake food. I have brine shrimp flake, egg yolk flake, and plankton flake. I mix that up together, and the guppies go nuts. Then I have I'll drop in the algae spirulina wafer into the big tank for the plecos. So yep, that's how mundane my life is. I always can do stuff around the house, and perhaps I will today. Perhaps I will. It's a never-ending project. One thing I forgot, I hadn't owned a home in over a decade, mainly because I was moving around and just never bought a house. And now that I'm back in a house, I'm all of a sudden remembering, oh yeah, while you're building up your asset, your check disappears. Vinny the Mooch. Top of the morning to you. So it's like I've been having the grass people come and treat my grass, which is really nice. I'm in favor of that. PB Aquatics, what's up? Good morning. Happy November. So my grass is going to be treated tomorrow. And then, I'll just sort of chilling like a villain. For anybody who's close to Northwest Arkansas, the Fayetteville area, coming up on November 14th, there is a table sale and at a church in Rogers, Arkansas. And I will be there. I'm going to bring some Amica Splendens. I'm going to bring several trios of Guppies. And I'm going to bring some of my Guppy mix fry. So that's what I have going on there. Pretty pumped up about the whole thing. So I've already eaten breakfast. Have you guys had breakfast? What did you eat? I'll give you a lay down of what I had. I had a big old pot of coffee. Hey, JN Aquarium, how are you? Um, so I had, let's see here. I had a cup of coffee, a pot of coffee almost. I think I drank 8 cups this morning. Then I had some amazing. I made those little biscuits, uh, and I had a couple of fried eggs with some vegan chorizo. And before you start throwing up in your mouth a little bit about vegan chorizo, this is actually better than most American chorizos. My ex-wife was Mexican, so I ate like a Mexican for for 15 years. So I know chorizo. I've had, and if you've not had chorizo, it's sort of a spicy. It's actually originally from Spain, and a lot of times they'll serve it with eggs for breakfast, or on tacos, or that type of thing. That's right. 2 egg whites, 2 crackers, and coffee black. I drink my coffee almost black. I add a little sugar to my first cup, and then I don't add any more sugar. I just go nuts. Go absolutely bonkers. So, hey, tomorrow night, make sure you're with the live stream, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. I'm giving away the Wet Spot gift card. I'm also giving away a trio of Guppies. Now, because of voting in the mail, I will be shipping out the Guppies either on the 16th of November or probably the 16th of November. So there you go. You put coffee in your creamer? Put coffee into my creamer. You see, I like a good creamer. I was actually thinking of picking something up yesterday. I occasionally do that, not very often, but I occasionally do it, and I forgot to go over there. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe I'll go and enjoy that today and get that done. I was at the health food store picking up a few things yesterday, and they had a shot of wheatgrass. I had it. It's actually pretty good. I'd do that again. The one thing I've noticed about in life is that human beings, we're all creatures of habit. We get up at the same time. We eat the same types of foods. We do the same experience, etc. We are creatures of habit. So I personally try to do things a little bit differently now and again, not to get too much into a routine. Because we're all routined. If you're working, you go to the office, you do what you have to do there. You get home, deal with the fish. I have Bolo to walk. Bolo's snoring, but it's really soft. Let's listen. Oh, he stretched. He woke up for a second. So we're all creatures of habit. That's just sort of the way human beings are. So ultimately, is anytime you're able to go out and change your habits, it's usually a pretty good thing. Yeah, Bolo leaned up now. So that's one of the things I try to do. Is I try to try something new to eat. I try to change things up a little bit, mainly because it allows me to, it keeps everything, at least somewhat off it, so you can be more creative. You can do more work. If you're off balance just a little bit because you've done something different, you try a new restaurant, what have you. In my opinion, it goes through getting yourself out of your comfort zone now and again is really a good thing. What else is going on in my little world? Just trying my best to just get stuff done around the fish room, get ready for work. I've got I have a report due tomorrow. So while I'm watching football today, I'll type that up. It's not that long. It's usually about 3-4 pages. Take me take me an hour and a half or so to pump that out. So I have to have it done by first thing in the morning. So I generally just pump it out on the day before and email it out at the end of the day. And the reason why I do that is that if all of a sudden you have again, okay, I'm going to go back into my sort of why we're all habitual. If I don't have that report done the night before, if that it's due, if all of a sudden I won't sleep well, so I'm going to be going do. What do I do? What do I do? I need to get this done, and so my line is just go from there. So I do some freelance for somebody. I'll get that done when I get home from my errands. And so kind of exciting day. My football team, the beloved Minnesota Vikings, they suck. They're on a fire sale. They tried to trade out a lot of different people, and so they decided the next year's rebuilding time. And if they can get that wonderful Trevor Lawrence in process, that's good there. Obviously, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, they're doing the same thing. It's getting set up for, there are times you just sit there and go, we need to rebuild this sucker. It ain't working. Let's get rid of some of these big contracts. But you think about it in our lives, sometimes you have to simplify. Sometimes you have to reset. And resetting is pretty good. It's pretty good all the way around. All right, gang, I have to run. I'm going to go to work, get some stuff done. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Happy November, and I hope you have a wonderful day.